Andrew Berry must be a lot smarter than me or us, because it doesn't make sense to me to trade a quarterback that you think enough of to make your opening day starter to a division opponent.
He said, wait a second.
Oh, that's 6-7. The Yunk Bowl, the Icy Hot Bowl, the Geriatric Classic, whatever you want to call it. Look, that man, Joe Flizzy, January Joe. Now, I told y'all, if you've been watching my channel long enough, you know we talk about Brown. I told you Joe Flacco is that guy. I told you there is no reason, or no problem, rather, that Shador sits behind Joe Flacco, because Joe Flacco is a dog, and he's like that. And he showed you what that boy did. What he did. Go ahead, rattle out them stats. What it is: 31 for 47, 342 of them things, 3 tutters, 108.6 passer rating, elite. And man, elite in a lot of different ways and plays and spaces. And you know, it really takes you back to this little interview from Mike Tomlin. This is what he had to say, right?
You know, to be honest, it was shocking to me. Andrew Berry must be a lot smarter than me or us.
So a lot of people felt like those personal feelings were because Joe Flacco was going to come in and put belt, right? He was going to come in and the young man in the game, because Aaron Rodgers, 41-year-old, and you know, besides the 2 interceptions, that boy was slinging that rock. That Hail Mary went like 8,000 yards. That thing legitimately went 70 air yards. I don't know what kind of ayahuasca Aaron Rodgers is taking, but it's like the spinach for Popeye, because these old motherfuckers is slanging iron right now. Like, what's happening right now? Joe Flacco looked poised. He looked cool. He looked calm. He was taking shots. He looked decisive. He looked like a competent quarterback that can run a competent offense. And you know, it's so funny because the Browns, you know, we make fun of the Browns around here and how awful their offense is. I want you to know that not Zach Taylor, the Bengals also make fun of their own offense. Zach secret plays, inside run, screen pass, Jamar. And hey, it was a whole lot of Jamar Chase. That boy went crazy too for his total yards right now. Jamar Chase went for 16 receptions, 161, 1 touchdown. If you're a fantasy a guy, if you're a fantasy owner, you were eating. Chase Brown, 11 for 108. Like, 6 for 96 for T. Higgins. T. Higgins had that big play to end the game, obviously not going in for the touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, little 249, 4 touchdowns, though. Jalen Warren, 127 yards. Hey, that man, what's it called? 6'7". Where he at? Darnell Washington. He had 3 receptions for 2 yards and a touchdown. But I'm telling you, the size, the mass, the girth and tonnage that you see from number 80, I mean, it's hard to not see him. Georgia player, loved watching him alongside of Brock Bowers. Okay, we talked enough positive things about general stuff. God dang, through 3 quarters, that boy went crazy. We're going to watch a little bit of film. We're going to do some things, but I want to stick on this note, right? In the note that I want to stick on, right? And here's my man Daniel. He says, Joe Flacco has been with the Bengals for 10 days and has already thrown more touchdown passes than he did in 4 starts for the Browns, right? Flacco just embarrassing the Browns. Yes, Tony Grossi, Joe Flacco is embarrassing the Browns. All the Browns people coming out and saying that, hey, look, as much as this sucks for Mike Tomlin, again, I think Mike Tomlin watches football. I think Mike Tomlin knows that if given a competent offense and people to throw to, this is my all-time favorite meme. This is my all-time favorite meme. If given time in a competent offense that's not from 1876, he can score points. The Browns have yet to score 17 points in a game, 20 points in a game, I believe. And Joe Flacco just did that, just slanging iron. Just on an Unk Bowl Tuesday. He did that, and he had to hop in the ice bath. He did that by himself. Wait. And when I say by himself, I mean, wait. On 2nd and 10, before we get into any highlights, forget that. In the Unk Bowl, in the Geriatric Classic, in the Icy Hot Standoff, this is the greatest play call of all time. 5 minutes left, 2nd and 10. You're on your own 9-yard line. Everybody in the world thinks either we're going to let Joe Flacco sling it, y'all better bracket Jamar Chase, y'all better double T. Higgins, and go ahead and tackle Chase Brown or Samaje Perine if he's in the backfield. But don't worry. You didn't know about Joe Flacco back in the Delaware days? They called him RG. RG, flee. Joe Flacco. Oh my God, I was not expecting that. That was the most unexpected play. Okay, but before we victory lap, before we make fun of the Browns for being an absolute incompetent organization, for getting a 5th round quarterback back, and it's because it's not really about him being a 5th round quarterback or getting a 5th round. It's not about value, right? It's about, because I think in value they won. They got rid of a 4-year-old quarterback. They got a 5th round pick back. I think they're going to be okay. The incompetency is that it's clearly somebody needs to be calling a different offense, because when I go into the top interception leaders, right? This was taken right before the game, and I see that Jake Browning and Joe Flacco, mind y'all, the Bengals picked up a player in Joe Flacco who was top 3 in interceptions thrown. It switched because Tua, because you know how Tua get down. And Geno Smith's been throwing meatball sandwiches to anybody in opposite color jersey. So it's been a particular situation there. But this shouldn't have worked. Joe Flacco was playing bad ball, bad bees right there. But then he goes to a halfway competent offense, and it looked completely different. Shout out to Jake Browning, because he was just so terrible. Jake Browning was actively playing to throw interceptions. He had to. So before we victory lap, I do have some stats. I have some advanced analytics to explain why did Joe Flacco look good compared to the Browns. Now, don't point out the fact that they can't score more than 20 points. Don't point out the fact that they're like 4-20 in their last whatever, or like 1-19 in their last. Like there's nothing positive going on with the Browns, specifically from an offensive standpoint. So when I look at some statistics here, right? Why was Joe actually not successful with the Browns? Okay, with the Bengals, you got an actual supporting cast. That boy Jamar Chase is crazy. I think we can all establish that. Number 2, a modern NFL offensive scheme. An offensive scheme that's from this millennium. Because Bengals fans are gonna be hey, we're not happy with Zach. That we hate this offense. We hate what he calls. I'm sure they're gonna have complaints. I'm telling you, please watch a Browns game. Watch the Browns offense. I don't know if there is a plan, if there is a script. I don't know what's going on over there, but it's terrible. And I think Kevin Stefanski thinks that we're in 1876. Number 3, a decently creative offense. For the love of Jesus. If the Browns offense is nothing, it's mind-numbingly uncreative. Not they do the same thing. They just don't even get outside of the box. Like, they don't even try. They don't even know. No. Step out. Right? And I think the context has to be added. So I sorted both the Bengals as well as the Browns for reception EPA per play. So basically, how much EPA, obviously estimated points in an attempt that your completion is made. And what we're looking for here is who is at the top for EPA play. So which of these receivers on both of these ends are making positive things happen when they catch the ball? Because I want to stress that it's not just that the offense is bad and the offensive play call is bad. Also, these motherfuckers was dropping passes. Like Jerry Jeudy dropped 17 passes and got a 15-yard penalty in one go. So there's a lot working against you if you play for the Browns to make you look like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league and then go over with the Bengals and look decent. So Dylan Sampson, the running back, is at the top for EPA receiving, but hey, maybe he doesn't have as much receptions. Outlier. Then you have Cedric Tillman. Awesome. Then you got Harold Fannin. Hey, that boy go crazy. We know what Harold Fannin get into. My man Gage, who is an undrafted free agent. Malachi Corley, Aiden Huntington, Quinshon Judkins, the running back. And then where are the starting? Oh, is the starting wide receiver Jerry Jeudy at the bottom at negative 23.7 EPA per reception? As much as I want to put all the onus on Kevin Stefanski, I just think this is the Browns being the Browns. This is not, I'm sorry. This might forget him getting fired. They're going to have to force him to someone else to call play calls after seeing this. You see this, right? And then you see this, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, then you got Mitchell Tinsley. I don't know who Mitchell Tinsley is, but those are your top wide receivers in your top reception EPA per play. That means them boys get active when you just put the ball in your hands. That's what a 40-year-old quarterback should be operating. That's what type of offense they should be operating. Hey, just throw the thing, sling it around. And my God, was that boy Joe Flacco slinging it around. What I love to see, and you know, you see the difference in the Browns, and maybe that's the quarterback, maybe that's the play calling, I don't know. But Joe Flacco gonna take a shot. Joe Flacco gonna take a shot. And if I could say anything, whoever's idea was to keep Jalen Ramsey manned up with Jamar Chase, we gotta be honest. Jalen Ramsey has been a nickel. He's been a star. He's been, I mean, like the position star. He is not no outside corner. I don't know who told y'all that, but Jamar Chase deep fried him on every single play, like all the time. Now, I like the T. Higgins, Jalen Ramsey matchup, but everything else is bad. So, you know, what does Joe Flacco do? Mind you, 3rd and 4. Now, I had somebody who is very beautiful and voluptuous. She told me, she's like, yo, these old dudes are kind of killing it on 3rd and 4. She said, hey, I think it's because of their frontal lobes. I think it's because their noggins are developed. Because on 3rd and 4, ice in his veins, up 3, it could just be a Bengals game. Hey, Joe, you did good. You did all right, Joe.
Left in the 3rd.
Nah, man. How about I sit in this pocket? I got TJ Watt bearing down. I got another bearing down. I'm just going to relax that shoulder, and I'm going to flick that thing out there. Boom. Big dot. Not as impressive as what's it called? The read option, but quite impressive. And then probably the greatest clip of the night. The greatest clip of the night.
Yeah, what's the
This right here. This right here. Joe Flacco's for the people, man. Joe Flacco is absolutely phenomenal. I've shown you the relevant clips. There are a lot more C's that Joe Flacco dropped. Look, man, I'm not the NFL. I can't show these clips. I don't want them to nuke my stuff, right? I like yapping over it. If you don't like people who yap over stuff, go to the NFL YouTube channel and go watch the highlights. But man, oh man, Joe Flacco embarrasses the Browns, proves Mike Tomlin right, ruins Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers' ayahuasca dreams. I just, who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk January Joe would do the big one? He really did it, man. He really did it, man. So, and I just want to know to all my narrative keeper uppers, hey, respect Dylan Gabriel. Come on now. You telling me a 40-year-old quarterback looks like an MVP outside of the Browns offense? Hey, respect Dylan Gabriel. And as a Shador fan, we're going to be praying. Don't put 12 in until Stefanski is gone, because this is nasty. This is real nasty. But you let me know how you feel down below in the comments. Like the video if you like it, dislike. If you don't, subscribe for that football content of all shapes, sizes, forms, and fashion. You'd be phenomenal. You'd be great. We'll see you next time. Peace.